has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hello everyone in YouTube, my name is iPanda with a Taco. I decided to start this playthrough of Darkest Dungeon since it was being handed out for free on the Epic Game Store in the 2020 Christmas. And I've always been interested in this game, but I've never actually seen anyone play it or like played it myself. And I figured, hey, it's free, I might as well give it a try and go into this kind of blind. I ended up playing through the tutorial mission just to figure out what the game was like, so I wasn't completely blundering in front of everyone. As you can see, I did Daddy's Dungeon right here. But we're gonna go ahead and do another playthrough and just gonna go straight into Darkest, because I feel like that's the way it was meant to be played, right? So let's just let's call this one Mama's house. I hope the audio is alright for everybody. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll fix it in future episodes. It kind of feels like it's too loud for me, so I kind of want to fix it right now. This game has such a cool, like, aesthetic to it. I like that whole H.P. Lovecraftian horror to it, twist that it has.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Yeah, sorry, I had to let the commentator talk because I think he has a pretty epic voice, and I don't want to talk over him. But just that art style, I love that kind of art style. It really like cements how creepy and decrepit this whole house is, I guess. This is gonna be a completely live commentary, by the way. I'm not gonna post commentate any of it because I want to gather my reactions, my genuine reactions, anyways. All right. I guess we're just waiting for the game to load now. And oh, there we go. Game's finally loaded. So we start out the game with two characters. Yes, map navigation. You are currently in a room. To move forth, click on another room on a map display. This will take you to the connecting hallway. So this is a dungeon crawler through and through. You gotta go throughout the dungeon, clearing out the rooms, completing a specific objective that usually pops up on the top left corner up here. But since this is a tutorial mission, we just have one room to go to, being this room right here. But first, let's get to meet our characters. Reynold, the Crusader, who is, as far as I can tell, a melee class. He likes to be up in the front and attack. So, little things. The little yellow dots on the left are where the person has to be standing in the party to be able to use this ability. So as you can see, all of his require him to be standing in the first two rows. So either where he's standing at right now, or where Dismas, the other character, is. And the red dots are what rows of enemies they can target, or what column of enemies they can target. As you can see, Dismas has a couple of different options. He can attack the front 2 rows, he can attack the back 3 rows. Anything with a line through it means that it hits every single one of those rows of characters. And they have different stats, which I actually don't know what any of them do yet. So let's just keep moving forward.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Hallway movement. While in a hallway, press D to move forward, A to move back. If you prefer the mouse, you can click ahead or behind the party to move them. Now half my keys on my laptop are missing, so I'm going to be using the mouse. If you guys can hear the mouse click, I'm sorry about that. So as you can see, as we progress, our characters are going to get stressed, notified by that little black halo above their heads. And down here, you can see their HP stats and their stress stats. I know that from my test playthrough, I know that if you get all the way to 100, you either get a debuff or a buff, depending on how the dice roll, basically. It's kind of random. Once you get 100, your character gets tested, and they will either get a boon and reduce their stress, or get a bad effect that forces them to go crazy in some sort of way, and it just causes them to be a detriment to the team. Alright, our first battle.
In brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
God, that announcer has a sexy voice. Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on the highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot. So this is what I was explaining with the circles and whatnot. Or there are no valid targets. Easy. Alright, we're gonna start with this, because certain attacks have like different attributes to them. So as you can see, Open Vein has an accuracy. Ooh, I got crit. That's not good.
Cannot be left unanswered.
Getting crit tends to lead to the character stressing out. But yeah, as you can see, this has an accuracy base of 85, so there's an 85% chance I'll hit, and it has a 15% damage versus Unholy. So I don't think this is an Unholy, because I'm pretty sure that's just skeletons, which I've seen in the game before. So I think the best bet here is to stun him. Ooh. As you can see, that didn't end well for me. Let's just get another hit in with Dismas. Cool, we got the bleed. He should be dead now. Cool. So, another important factor of the game is this torchlight meter up here. We don't have any torches or anything to up it, but it counts down from 100 all the way to 0, and there's different tiers of torchlight. So I'm currently past the 75% mark, so that means I'm in Radiant tier. I think this is like Dim, Dark, and Darkest or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the being in higher light gives you more buffs and a greater chance of surprising the enemies, making sure that you're able to actually get a full round of combat in before they get to act, which is what a surprise round is. And the lower it is, the more buffs the enemies are gonna get, but the better the loot you're gonna get. So let's just go for the smite and kill this guy.
As the fiend falls,
Perfect.
a faint hope blossoms.
And this is just telling us that after every battle, there's gonna be loot, which we can just hit take all and take it. Alright, let's continue forward into the darkest dungeon. Interactive object, curios. While exploring, you will often find interactive objects. Click or press W to investigate them. Take a look at this tent. So let's take a look at the tent. Someone left valuables
A
inside.
handsome reward for a task well performed.
Oh, such a sexy voice on the narrator.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
This narrator is telling us to basically do everything, check everything,
Send these
take
vermin
everything.
a message. The rightful owner
So
has
see, now we
returned,
went
and their kind
underneath the
is no
75% mark,
longer
so we're in
welcome.
dim light, which means that we get a higher stress, higher crit chance for the enemies, and our dodge and scouting is lowered. So one thing I've learned is that these big boys end up taking two spaces. So this guy, while he seems to be in the second space, he's actually on the third space. So that kind of messed me up when I first fought this fight, and I almost got both of them killed because I was trying to figure out why this guy wasn't targetable. But usually it's best to take out the back line, since I've noticed that he does way more damage than this front guy. But I'm gonna apply a bleed to this guy, or I'm gonna try to apply a bleed to this guy. Perfect. And it doesn't really matter what our health is in this, because whenever you get back to town, which we'll get to in a little bit, your health gets fully regenerated. The important thing is that you don't overstress, because stress can only be reduced by using buildings in town that cost money, and that costs a lot of money. Hit the stun off. Now we don't have to worry about him taking a turn and mauling us. Alright, I'm pretty confident in Reynolds' ability to take care of him. I actually had to start targeting this guy with Dismiss, since he's doing a fair bit of damage. That's still only going to target the first two, so I might as well smite him. So now, as you can see, after you stun an enemy, their stun resist goes up by 50% for one round, so you can't just like stun lock them. It's just fine. I'm going to go ahead and do another.
Their
Ooh,
formation
nice
is
crit
broken.
Maintain
Maintain the offensive.
When most monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as a temporary obstacle and will eventually go away on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, but often a better approach is to use range skills, push and pull skills, and even corpse clearing special skills that some heroes possess. Monsters skilled with bleed, blight, or crits have no corpses at all. Perfect. Oh, he gotta take his turn. Yeah, he gotta take his turn before I got to do mine, but that's okay. We should be able to end him on this turn.
Their cursed
Perfect.
champion falls.
We found all the loot. Completing a quest. After you've completed the requirements of a quest, you have the option to return to town at any time. Just click the quest. You don't need to return to the starting room of the dungeon to exit. So whenever we're done with the quest, it'll usually appear up here. This little crest will appear up here, I mean. And then we'll get a choice to leave or continue exploring. We're gonna continue exploring here because there's this treasure chest that we have here that needs to be opened. Something doesn't look quite right with this one. Let's just go ahead and open it. Oh well, we got nothing out of it, but that's fine. We did get a bunch of rewards. And after each quest, we'll come to this level up screen where our heroes will, our heroes will get experience, and it'll usually level them up, or it'll tell you how much they need, and then they can also have a chance of getting quirks, which are these things right here. And it's kind of yikes. It's kind of random what you get, so it's never gonna be the same thing. This time we got clumsy, so Reynold has -5 dodge, which is gonna make him a lot easier to hit and probably gonna get killed pretty easily. And Dismiss has witness, will not take part in prayer activity in town after certain traumatic events. So that just means we can't use praying as a form of reducing stress on him. But that's fine, because we didn't actually get much stress with our characters. So now let's return to town and see what's going on right there. Oh, and heroes can be renamed, recolored in the character panel. So if any of you guys actually want a hero named
Welcome
after you,
home,
leave a comment,
such as it is.
like the video, and
This
subscribe.
squalid hamlet, these
No, but
corrupted
leave a
lands,
comment with what you would
They're
want to
yours
rename
now,
which character,
and you are
and
bound
then
to them.
I'll do it for you. And also, let me know what color you'd want to pick. And if you've played Darkest Dungeon before, I don't know if you can spoil it, because I'm pretty sure it's procedurally generated dungeons, so it's random. But yeah, just try to not spoil anything. I'm okay if you give me tips though, since I'm pretty new to the game. I don't know what's going on. So this guy apparently has some quest goals for us. Successfully complete your first foray into the ruins. Defeat the apprentice necromancer. I guess that's just the objectives of the game right here. And you can see over here, week 1's, we uncovered the ruins, and now Dismiss is Highwayman Apprentice, or Apprentice Highwayman. So I guess that's their level 1 title. And then Reynold is now an Apprentice Crusader. Perfect. So here in town... Okay, cool. So we can press H to learn about the town, which just kind of tells us what every building does. I kind of have a vague understanding of what the first couple buildings do. So this is the graveyard. If
Most
any
will
heroes
end
die.
up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Yeah, so if any heroes die, they'll end up here. So we'll be able to pay respects.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses.
I didn't mean to
All
do that.
will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Those long pauses always trip me. I can't tell when he's actually done talking or not. So, the graveyard just shows us all our dead heroes. We'll be able to pay our respects to everyone there. The stagecoach is where we get new heroes. Seems from the time I played that these two are always going to be the name is not the same, but the characters we get, being the Plague Doctor and the Vestal, are always the same. Since I've seen from my test playthrough that's actually what I got.
Laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield.
We're gonna go ahead and take both of them into our party.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Alright, and here it's telling us to upgrade the Stagecoach network. While you're here, spend some of your starting heirlooms on upgrading the Stagecoach network. This will increase the number of heroes available here in the future. To upgrade, click the plus symbol on the left and then click the upgrade. Perfect. We actually want that since we're probably gonna get everyone killed. And as you can see, it requires these scrolls and shield symbols to upgrade, which as you can see our currencies down here. We have 7,115 gold. So that's gold used for buying provisions and whatnot, as well as using it for stress relief and upgrades at the guild. We also have, oh, it actually tells me, so these are crests. So we have 20 crests and we have 10 deeds, which we can use to upgrade the coach network. And what's this right here? Oh, we can trade different, cool. Right. I don't want to do that though. So there's 4 different currencies for upgrading buildings, which is crests, deeds, portraits, and busts. Okay, so that's what they're called. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade the stagecoach network
More
up.
arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
And I actually want to upgrade it so that I get 4 people in at a time. So I'm gonna do it once more by trading in. So I want. There we go. So now we have enough to upgrade the stagecoach network one more time. So next time we come into town, we'll see 4 heroes. Perfect. There's also the ancestor memories,
In
which
time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
it seems to be just a way to replay story beats. So yeah, this looks like the opening, and this looks like the tutorial cinematic. So any cinematics we see, we can actually just rewatch them here in case we accidentally skip them or whatnot. There isn't much more to do in town right now. It's time to embark on a quest. Click on embark button at the bottom of the screen. And then there's the nomad's wagon.
Trinkets and charms gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
So these are kind of trinkets that our characters can equip in these slots right here, and they're semi-useful. It depends on the trinket that you find and what it does. Like this one right here does plus 20 stun resistance and minus 2 dodge, but it's pretty expensive. That's actually taking up most of our gold, so I don't feel comfortable buying that stuff. You can upgrade this too to get more trinkets available and reduce the cost, which is probably going to come in handy, but we don't need to worry about that. For now, let's look at our heroes. We have Reynold, the Apprentice Crusader, who is a Warrior of Light, so plus 10 damage if the torch is above 75, so we always kind of want to keep the torch high. God-fearing, so he's only going to pray. Prone to stealing items, that's really bad. I noticed that during my test playthrough, he always he had a really high chance of just stealing everything from like curios, which is the tent we saw earlier where you can interact with it. He's clumsy, so minus 5 dodge. All around kind of a bad character with these quirks. Everyone has 4 skills that they can equip, and 4 camping skills they can equip, I've heard, but only 3 are available. I don't know too much about these. I actually have never gotten a chance to use these. I know you can upgrade these as well as change what skills they have once we unlock the guild, I believe. So that's Dismas. We went through his quirks. Or sorry, that was Reynold. This is Dismas. Dismas has a hard noggin, so he has stun resistance. That's really good. Quick reflexes, plus 2 speed. That's really, really good. That means he can outspeed some of the more annoying enemies in the game. He's known cheat, so he can't gamble in town. He's a witness, so he can't pray. And then he has open vein, take aim, or tracking shot, sorry. Which is a de-stealth, I guess. I haven't seen stealth in the game, so I'm not sure how that works yet. Grape shot is a multi-hit, so it hits the first 3 enemies. Pistol shot can hit any of the enemies in the back 3 ranks. And then I'm not too sure about these camping skills, so I'm not gonna go over them. Brickavale, the Plague Doctor. It's a fast healer, so plus 10% healing skills while camping, and plus 10 damage if torch is below 26. So he wants to go on runs with no torches. He's a dud hitter, so minus 5% crit if HP is below 50. That's really kind of bad. And Cytomania, obsessed with food. So I'm assuming that means he likes to eat a lot. So we're probably going to need to bring more food to satisfy him. He has the abilities Plague Grenade, which hits both the back ranks and applies Blight. I know Blight is actually really good, and you can stack it up so that it deals more damage. Then he has Blinding Gas, which is a stun in the back 2 ranks. Incision, which is just kind of like Dismiss skills, where he stabs someone and applies bleed. And Disorienting Blast, which shuffles, and shuffle basically rearranges the enemy party. And can also clear all corpses, which is really a really useful skill. Now, Gilpin or Vestal is balanced, so it's plus 15 move resist. Compulsive suffers intense need to do specific actions. I wonder what that means. Love interest. In town will only visit the brothel for stress relief. A Vestal of the flesh, I see. Her skills are Judgment, which can hit all the ranks from the back. And it has the ability of self-healing for 3 HP. That's really good. Dazzling Light can hit the front 3 from the back 3 ranks. And it provides a stun and also adds plus 6 torch, so we can use her. You can use this skill to actually refill our torchlight without having to use torches. Divine Grace heals 4 to 5 HP. So this is a targeted HP heal. We can target any of our teammates and heal them with this. And Hand of Light, which we're probably never going to use because she's always going to be stuck in the back ranks anyways. But it allows her to... Oh, I guess it's just an attack, an 85% accuracy attack that has extra damage versus Unholy. And plus 25 damage and plus 6 accuracy on self. Nice. I don't know if that's a buff or that's just for the attack itself. Alright, we've met the party. Let's go embark.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Alright, this is where you select quests and form an adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Click on a quest to see their details. Drag heroes into slots at the bottom of the screen to form the party and default party order. Perfect. So, to begin, we only have 1 quest, but as you unlock more... Or actually, we have 2 quests. But this one is level 6, as you can see over here. Which, is a little bit higher than our level 1s and level 0s. So we're just gonna go with the easy quest. That's Apprentice level 1. Which is still higher than our level 0s, but if we bring our level 1s, we'll be fine. Now, as you can see down here above the provisions, there's a character order. So the order you actually select these characters in is going to be the order they're going to be in the party, which is important. So I'm pretty sure we always want the Plague Doctor and the Vestal in the back. So we're just going to go with this. Oh, it even tells you a name for the party right here. The usual suspects. Which makes sense because it's the one they always have for the tutorial. And if we beat this, we're gonna get a dodge relic and a couple crests, which are always useful because they're gonna be really good for upgrading our stagecoach and all the other buildings in town. All right. Once we have our party set up, we go into the
preparedness
provisions.
measured now in gold, later in blood.
And this is basically our supplies that we're gonna take into the dungeon. We start off with holy water and anti-venom, which are kind of useful items. I've only ever used the holy water on Curio, which if we run into it, I'll explain. I'm pretty sure that it tells you that you want 8 food for the first run, but since this guy said he loves food, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy 10. I think bringing a shovel and a key is always really good because there's certain paths that are blocked by rubble, and you can progress through them without a shovel, but the shovel ends up saving you health because trying to clear the rubble without a shovel ends up damaging you. And then the key is useful to get like secret compartments of chests or like opening bandit trap chests, like the one we had in the beginning tutorial. If you noticed, it had a key lock on it, and if we had used a key, we probably wouldn't have gone trapped, or we wouldn't have gone to blight, and we would have actually been able to open it and get the treasure inside. We also want to bring torches. I'm gonna play it safe and bring 6 torches. And I think that's gonna be it. Let's embark on this quest. Your first expedition into the ruins of your ancestry. Be curious, be careful. So this game seems to be very punishing. If you don't target the right enemies, if you don't pay attention to the map and land in traps and all that, your characters will get messed up. And I'm pretty sure that this has permadeath in it. So if your characters die, then they die. There's no waiting for them to come back or anything like that. It's done. So our current objective is to explore 90% of rooms. So I can't see all the map, but let's continue on to our foray. Come on, Reynold, lead the charge. Oh, and as you can see here, this is a curio. This one, this one specifically gives us a torch, which we'll just take. We don't need to use it yet. The moment our light level goes down though, which is, it's not quite there yet, now it is. Oh, and we run into our first enemies. So we didn't get the surprise, and that's probably because we didn't have our light level all the way up. So there's nothing in the back 2 rows, so our Plague Doctor can't actually use his Plague Grenades to good effect. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do Incision and deal some damage because there's nothing else he can do. Some good damage. So as you can see, these guys resisted the bleed, and you can hover over them and they'll tell you their stats. So this one has 8 HP, this one has 1 HP left. They have speed of 1, so they're pretty slow. And down in the resistances box, you can see they have 10% stun, 10% blight, 200% bleed, 15% debuff, and 10% move. Those are their base resistances. So you gotta pay attention to those to figure out what's gonna work against what enemies. So in this situation, we know we can kill him with relatively anything. So what I'm gonna do is grape shot so that I can get a hit on both of them.
Confidence surges
Perfect.
as the enemy crumbles.
And then I'm just gonna hit a smash.
Back to the pit.
Clean battle. Oh, that was a crit. So you saw how he had a white halo?
Driven into the mud.
Sorry. I'll try not to talk over the narrator, but it's kind of hard. You see how he had a white halo? That just means that he got a minus stress. So instead of gaining stress, he lost stress from that. This is an unlocked strongbox, so since it doesn't have a lock and it specifically says it's unlocked, we don't actually have to use a key on it. We can just open it. Perfect, another shovel. Let's up our torch. So we've cleared this room, let's move on to the next one. So this is what we needed a shovel for.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
We're gonna go ahead and use one of our shovels to make sure we don't take damage from that. Alright. So, as you can tell, these guys have different weapons. Ooh. So this one's a human actually. And it's a priestess that does stress damage. So as you can see, I forgot his name. Brickville got a whole bunch of stress from that attack that priest did. It's kind of important to take out enemies that do stress attacks because they can really mess up your party's dynamic if you don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and target the priest lady to make sure she doesn't get a chance to kill me with her stress. Alright, she's at 4 HP, so she's gonna die to blight now. So we don't have to worry about her now. Dismiss. So as you can see, Dismiss has an 85% chance to hit. If you look underneath the HP, he has an 85% chance to hit, 3% chance to crit, and can do 7 to 14 damage. So there's a pretty high chance we kill this thing before it even gets a turn. So let's try to hit it. Ooh, a 21 crit. Good job, Dismiss. And you can cast Judgment. That's not gonna do much damage. That's gonna do no damage. But I think the best thing you can do is just heal Dismiss to keep up our health and make sure that nobody gets too low. You're gonna die already, so I don't have to worry about you. Let me target this guy.
The slow death.
Perfect.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
5. Ooh, 1. Cool. Let's go ahead and try to do the judgment to get the kill before he attacks us.
Broken.
Beautiful.
Maintain the
That was an
offensive.
easy. That was pretty easy. Alright, let's continuing. Before we go into this... Yes. So having a torchlight above Radiant, the Radiant tick, means we're gonna get +2 dodge, +2 scouting, and a +4 chance of surprising monsters. So if we have a battle here, nothing. We did get some scouting though. This is a room battle with treasure, and that's a room battle with a curio. So let's go for the treasure. Feel pretty confident in ourselves. Let's keep that torchlight going. I'm kind of keen to loot with Dismiss instead of Reynold, because I remember Reynold has the kleptomaniac trait. Ooh, went into the room without upping my torch. Ooh, that might have been a mistake. This guy with the claws looks like he can put some bleed on me. As always, it's important to get this lady to not hit me with her attack, so I think I'm gonna play grenade in hopes of a stun. Dang it, I didn't stun. Nice dodge, Reynold. Not Reynold, Dismiss. Ooh, I got crit on that one.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
That's not good. Let's hit her with a shot. Hopefully we can get her to go down. And I think I am going to hit her. Ooh, I didn't get the judgment. Oof. Everything went from looking really good to looking kinda bad. Let us... Oh, we didn't get the kill on him either. I want to use your turns to move back, because you can't do anything from that position. Well, you can in size, but it's better to have you in the back positions. Let's get the kill on him.
The fiend falls, a faint
Very
hope
good.
blossoms.
Dismiss. Can you get the kill with
Press
pistol
this
shot? Good
advantage.
job.
Give them no quarter.
And you got a crit, so your stress went down. Oh, and then you got crit, so you stressed everyone out. And you're bleeding. That's not good. Let's have you land the stunning blow. No. Bad miss. Good dodge though. Alright. I am going to have you nice crit Dismiss. Alright, he has 2 HP and he has the bleed on. So now I can just he's gonna die on his next turn, so I can use this turn to heal. No, ooh, a crit heal? Freaking wonderful. I'm gonna use this to up our torchlight, since he's gonna die anyways. Let's go ahead and clear these corpses. I don't know why, but... Alright, we'll just kill him. He doesn't want to take a turn.
Destroy them all.
Nice, we found a portrait. That's one of the upgrade materials. And you see how this chest has a lock on it? We can use one of the skeleton keys we got. Yeah,
Glittering
and get better
gold,
loot.
Trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Perfect. So now we're gonna move forward to this room. Oh, he's bleeding, isn't he? That's okay. It only lasts a certain amount of rounds. He only takes 1 damage every 1 round anyways. Oh, I fell into a trap.
Ancient traps lie in wait.
That's the problem
Unsprung
about not having a room
thirsting
or a
for
hallway
blood.
scouted. Sorry, I keep talking over the announcer when I don't mean to. Sorry about that, guys. That's the problem of not having a room scouted. You end up falling into the traps. Let's continue forward now. Ooh, we get another round of scouting. Very good. So as we can see, there's another trap down here. We kind of want to double back so that we can get these curios and whatnot. There doesn't seem to be anything in the room. I know we're going to be heading into a trap, but we can actually have characters disarm it. Yeah, it tells us. Disarming traps. Scouted traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero and then click on the trap to attempt to disarm it. Some heroes are better at disarming than others. So you can see like there's a little trapping symbol at the bottom. Our Vestal only has 50% chance to disarm. Our Plague Doctor has 60, Dismas has 90, and Reynold has 60. So we're gonna use Dismas to disarm it. Perfect. And we're just gonna keep on trekking on. We know that this is a room battle, so let's up our torch so that we can get an advantage on these guys. Yeah, we surprised them, so now we gotta take a full round of actions before they do. I know I had to kill this guy because he deals a butt ton of damage, so I'm gonna target him first. Nice shot. Hit the judgment? No, no judgment. That's okay. Can I hit the plague grenade though? Sadly that means that puts him at a point where I still can't damage him. Or not damage him, where I didn't do enough damage to kill him. See if we can hit both of them with zealous accusations. Ooh, that's really good damage. Oof. But I'm taking a ton of damage too. Nice dodge, Reynold. Nice dodge. He's dead on his next turn. So I think best thing to do is incise. Maybe get the kill. Good stuff. Pistol shot this guy. Oh, that didn't kill.
Slowly, gently.
Alright, we're gonna have to put a heal into Dismas. Because he's pretty low on HP. And I think we can kill this guy now. Good job, Reynold. We got 4 crests.
Mount, so too will resistance.
We got 4 crests and 2 busts. Wonderful. So this is the thing I was talking about that you can use the holy water on. I'm gonna go ahead and use it with Brickville. So I'm pretty sure if I put a holy water in it, yeah, he heals. Oh, he heals. I thought it would reduce his stress by a lot more, but that's okay. We needed the heal on him anyways. We're gonna progress through this room till we get to the curio. Gonna have him loot it. I don't want Reynold to thieve it all. And then we're just gonna head backwards. So that we're back in this room over here. We only need to explore the big rooms, so those are the big squares right here. So it doesn't matter that we didn't explore all of that hallway. Gonna move forward.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
So that gives us a lot of food and a rare trinket. So we can actually just go ahead and use some of this food to heal up some of our people. That way they're not hurting so bad. The light is fading. The current torch level greatly affects many mechanics in the game. The darker it gets, the harder things get, but the better the rewards. Right-click on the torch from the inventory to boost it. So yeah, we're gonna take their advice and just boost our torch. We only have one left, but that's not too much of an issue. So this is why you want to carry a lot of food. Hunger. The exertions of adventuring have produced a growing hunger amongst the party. We can either eat 4 food and regain 5% of our HP, or eat nothing and take 20% damage plus stress damage. We're gonna definitely want to eat. Alright. So let's continue forward. This shouldn't have a room battle in it. We've completed it, but we only have one room left, so we might as well just continue adventuring since everyone's pretty healthy. I don't think there's anything to explore in this room. So we're gonna continue going. More rubble. We can use that shovel we got earlier to clear it. Perfect. We're gonna make sure that we have a decent chance of actually surprising any monsters we find in this room. Ooh, these goblet guys do stress damage, so he's a priority. Just gonna go ahead and plague grenade these guys. Pass judgment on him. Nice, good crit.
Pummeling.
Oh, and you crit healed? Oh, you're wonderful. I love you. Next target is the archer, because archer enemies tend to do damage, like a lot of damage, like 7 damage. Jesus. You can't target anything. You can't target the archer. You have 15, you have 10. This won't kill any of them. But you do have a small chance, but a chance of killing with smite. So let's. Ooh, yes.
With impunity.
That was a crit too. Quarrel. So this guy's messing up our plague doctor pretty well. Let's toss another blight grenade at him. 4 damage. So we shoot him for 6, and he has 1 HP, so he's gonna die to blight now. I don't want him to die, so I'm gonna toss a heal his way. Can I stun this guy? Good stun. That prevents him from taking his action this turn. I'm gonna go ahead and just do incision because that's my most damage.
Great is the weapon that cuts on
Yeah,
its
he was gonna
own.
kill. He was gonna keel over from that blight anyways. Oh, I didn't get enough damage to kill him. Oh, good dodge, Dismiss. This is the last room, so I don't have to worry about healing. So go for the kill. Nice, and we
Remind
managed to.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Don't worry, I was fully not confident. A chest with your family sigil. Now this has another key on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
And we don't have to worry about that because our job here is done and we could just dip out. We actually got a fair bit from that. A lot of heirlooms. So we got 3,000 just from beating it. 4 crests. This common dodge stone, which I might put on Reynold because he has the -5 dodge, and this counteracts it just a little bit. We sold all the excess inventory items we had, and we also managed to collect quite a lot of busts, some crests, a couple deeds, and a portrait. All in all, a pretty good haul. Well, it says right here: 8 busts, 1 portrait, 4 deeds, and 8 crests. All our people gained 2 Resolve XP, bringing Brickville and Gilpin up to level 1, and these guys got halfway to level 2 now. Reynold has a new quirk. He's thick-blooded, plus 10 blade resist. That might come in useful. Dismiss is a skilled gambler, increases chances of winning while gambling, which sucks because he can't gamble because he's a known cheat. And Brickville has Fengophobia, plus 20 stress if the torch is above 75. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, let's return to town. And
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
severe negative quirks. Over time, some negative quirks will lock into place and become severe. Severe negative quirks cost much more to remove in the sanitarium. So the sanitarium is where we remove quirks, but it costs money. But without further ado, I think that's where I'm gonna call the first episode. We got the introduction out of the way. We had a chance to go through the first dungeon. Everybody came back alive, luckily. And we're excited. We'll check out the rest of the town next time we come back to episode 2. Thank you all for watching, and please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already.